Okay, so this is a little bit more of a random video for the game today for Mining Simulator 2. However, I think this is a fairly important topic to go over, considering just kind of how the game has lost a lot of hype recently. I genuinely think that Halloween needs to be absolutely massive to sort of revive the game and bring some players back. So as you guys may or may not know, at the start of this game, when it peaked, it basically had like 50,000 players, even more than that sometimes. However, in recent times, the updates haven't been exactly that exciting for most people, I guess, and the game has gone down, more or less averaging like 8,000 players, which isn't exactly that great. And of course, when a new update does come out, it basically peaks at like 15,000 players, which of course isn't really that great. So I'm just kind of proposing that basically Halloween needs to start being hyped up as soon as possible. Now, of course, this could happen in the next update, or it could happen in the update after. However, as long as Halloween starts to get hyped up a lot, it's definitely going to have a lot of players coming into the game early to get ready for Halloween, and of course it's also going to have a lot of players joining the game when the Halloween update releases. So here's some things that I'm going to propose. So first of all, what we could see is similar to how they did it in Bubblegum Simulator, is basically opening up these portals early. Now, one thing I do not want to see is the Halloween update being introduced in the space travel. I hope it's not in here. Of course, Summer Fair event, which is I believe the only event world we've had so far, was actually in here. However, I think it's going to be way better if just somewhere randomly they actually had a place for a proper Halloween portal, similar to how Bubblegum Simulator worked, where it was just a portal, something really nice. Maybe just place it right here between the rocket and the group benefits, have a nice big portal set up and ready, and of course it can say coming soon. It can be all sorts of different colours, as long as it's Halloween themed. I think if you actually get that portal in, it's definitely going to have a lot of players thinking and a lot of players hyped up and ready for Halloween. And of course, the earlier the portal's put in, I think the bigger the hype's going to be, because I think a lot of people will expect a big update. And of course, the earlier the devs think about Halloween, the bigger the update most likely will be. So I genuinely think just adding in a Halloween portal right here could really hype up a lot of players and bring some players back just for some short-term hype until, you know, the update actually releases for Halloween. Then of course when Halloween releases, it's going to bring in a lot of players just thanks to that portal literally just being there. Now of course as well, another thing they can definitely do is start doing their own leaks. Now I have seen somewhere before that I don't think the moderators especially, or at least one or two of the moderators in Rumble Studios, are actually that happy with how leaks are actually presented, because I'm not too sure how it works. Of course I get my leaks from the Leak Gang Discord server, but of course for those who do some developing, they could maybe start doing some of their own leaks. They do have a YouTube channel over at Rumble Studios on YouTube, which of course they used for Bubblegum Simulator before. I believe sometimes they did some like development streams, which got a lot of players hyped, and of course they did some other random videos as well, which just kind of kept some sort of community going for the game. So I really think maybe just get Silently back doing some more Rumble Studios YouTube stuff, because I think it's going to really help the game out. And of course she can do some like building development and stuff like that, and just kind of show off some different leaks. Of course, if you don't have Silently to do that, there's a lot of other people in Rumble Studios who will probably be more than happy to try something out. But genuinely, I think using some more of that YouTube channel and getting Mining Simulator 2 on there could really benefit the game and really help it out. And of course, again, it does kind of come back to Halloween with, you know, just kind of add some leaks on there for Halloween. Doesn't have to be now, it can obviously be in the future, in like 2 or 3 weeks time when Halloween is actually closer. But honestly, I think getting that YouTube channel up and running again will really help out the whole studio and just kind of bring a little bit of like the weight off the shoulders, I guess, of expectations and things like that. I think really having their own leaks and having the developers kind of explain the updates a little bit before the update comes out will definitely help out the developers in terms of just getting a little bit more stress-free when the update drops. Of course, they can see feedback early and change anything that they need to change. But yeah, that YouTube channel definitely needs to be revived properly and just get some videos going. Now, of course, going back to Halloween, I genuinely do think it's going to be the most important update for Mining Sim 2 in its whole history. It's been a fairly short game so far. It's been out for like, what, 4 months, 5 months at this point. So honestly, I think Halloween will be by far the biggest update, but they have to do it right. I'm not too sure how they can do it right. Of course, there's all sorts of different opinions from people when the updates do release. Depending on how good the update is, you can have a lot of bad opinions, you can have a lot of good opinions, but there'll always be people who don't like the update anyways, it's just how it goes. But of course, trying to please the majority of people will be a good thing. So what you can do is maybe ask some people, maybe use the Discord server, get some polls going on what kind of things the updates might include. You can obviously get some polls going like for features. So you want to ask the community, do you want trick-or-treating to come back, or like knocking on the doors and getting prizes and stuff like that? If they want that to come back, put it in the polls, let the people decide. If they want it, they'll give it a thumbs up. If they don't want it, give it a thumbs down. And of course, that does kind of come from a lot of different like Discord communities for Roblox. I know Top Tier Games do it with Sword Factory X, and I believe some others do it as well. So I think having some polls in there for the updates could also really help out. But yeah, that's just some different ways that I think could really start to revive the game again. And obviously again, I think the biggest thing is developer to community, like communication. Of course, Isaac and the team do actually talk to the community, which is a lot more than a lot of other developers do. But I think really starting to get a proper communication going with the community, letting the community know what's coming for the updates properly and what to expect, how to get hyped for it as well as just asking the community what you really want to see in the game, because I think a lot of the community has some really good ideas. However, obviously again, some of them may be harder to execute than others, and of course, if the community has some good ideas, it means the community wants it, and of course it means the community will like it. So yeah, hopefully something does happen, and hopefully the Halloween update is absolutely massive. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.